prison can get confusing. There's like the county jail, there's the state prison, and then there's federal prison. So here's how it works. If you get picked up on a DUI, you're going to be taken to a county jail, and you're going to wait until you go to court or you're bonded out, and it's usually very temporary, and it's a whole different vibe. If you are charged on, let's say you're dealing drugs, you could be charged by the state and the feds if you crossed state borders, or if you wired money or made a phone call. All of that is monitored by the feds. So a lot of charges could be either state or federal. Now for me, because it was real estate fraud and the banks were FDIC insured and I wired money across state lines, mine was a federal case. But I think the state could have charged me too. Luckily they didn't. But with the feds, typically you're going to get a much longer sentence. My case probably would have been 2 years in state prison, and it was 7 years in federal prison. And if you're in state prison, you're closer to your family because you stay in the state that you're in and you don't get transferred around all the time. If you go to a federal prison, there's only like 6 FCI women's federal prisons in the country. So you're probably not going to be in the state you're in. And the longer sentence, however, I think federal time is a little easier to do because we can be outside more. I've heard pros and cons to state and federal, and I've actually been in state prisons and I've spoke at state prisons, but I did my time in the federal system. And if you live in DC, you're going federal. Everything in DC goes federal, no matter what it is. If it's a DUI, it's federal. Same with a reservation. If you live on a reservation, if you're native, we had a lot of people on smaller charges that came to federal prison because it's all monitored by the feds. So it does get a little confusing, and let's hope you never find out.